What's up, everybody? My name is Coach Socks, and welcome back to the show. This week, we are working on the biggest thing I've ever built in Minecraft. This build is comprised of almost 20,000 blocks. And if you're curious to see what's on the inside of it, stay tuned. Hello there. My name is Coach Socks, and welcome back to the show, everybody. Straight away, you guys will notice two things that are different about Coach Socks today. Number one, I got my Elytra, which means I went to the end and I fought the dragon. And number two, I am trying out a different shader pack for today's episode, which, if I do say so myself, they look really good. And I have been updating different parts of the world, such as the top of this tower, which I pretty much just added carpet and plants, and then I added the new banner design with the lantern. In the last episode, I built up this mega greenhouse that has absolutely no function yet. I have a pretty cool episode planned out for today. It's going to be my favorite build I've ever built up in Minecraft, but I wanted to highlight the thing that we did in the last episode, which was this mega greenhouse, this beautiful river, and this lush waterfall that flows out of the lake that we built in a previous episode. It's all really tying together, and something that I'm ashamed of, something that I'm mad about, is nobody, not a single soul, not one of you little worms out there noticed that I decorated the world with diamond ore blocks. I have about 100 of these sprinkled around the whole lake, a whole river, and not one of you little worms noticed. Another thing I wanted to point out that I've been up to in between episodes was I built up this tiny little pond. I was working on colors and a little bit of a gradient. The only thing I'm a little upset about is that it's not brighter, but what do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments below. Today's build is 120 blocks tall and 160 blocks wide, and it's going to be a giant archway bridge that has towers on it. And the build is inspired by my favorite YouTuber BDouble0100, and he did something very similar in his season 3 of Building with B-Dubs. Before I start building this bad boy up, I wanted to go over comment of the day. Comment of the day 2: when are you joining Hermitcraft? This one's by Ollie Brown. Oh dude, if Hermitcraft ever came calling, I'd probably throw up a little bit, not gonna lie, but I would love to. I would love to throw up for Hermitcraft. This build might be my Mona Lisa. I don't know if I will ever do better. I don't know if I'll ever do bigger than this build. I would love to. It actually takes 2 rockets just to get to the top of this build. This is a mega build, and I say I don't know what I'm gonna do because I don't know how I'm gonna do better than this, but look at this. Got the dragon egg up here, everybody. First time I think I've successfully used Skulk and it not look out of place. I love this dragon egg display. But something else I really like is just this top portion of the build, this long sort of street. It kind of feels like a city street in a way. Something I want to show you guys though really quickly is the downstairs portion of the build. I'm going to put a villager trading hall down here. This walkway, guys, is over 100 blocks long. So that means we can have probably 200 villagers in here to trade with. I mean, that would be crazy, and my world would probably lag out and I'd never be able to use it again. But I need to know what villagers to use. So if you guys have any suggestions on which villagers are the best you guys think, I'd love to hear it down below in the comments. But when I say I tried to put everything into this build, I did everything besides finish it. Some of the portions of this build are floating, because I don't know how this land is going to look. I don't know if I want to extend the land, if we're going to keep all of this water here at some point, or if we're going to build, houses underneath the build, or what we're going to do. But I think for now, we're just going to let things float. Another thing I added to the build were some farms. Automatic ones, of course, since I'll probably never go inside of these pillars. I put in a cactus farm that turns into a bone meal generator, and then I put a creeper farm in this one. They're not the most efficient farms, but they do work fairly decent. I mean, if I did one night, maybe a couple of hours of AFKing, I'm sure this would yield pretty decently. I'm filming right after I set it up and have walked away. 16 gunpowder ain't too bad. I could have easily kept working on this for another week or so, just adding more farms, more things that jut out, more walkways. You guys will see I have a staircase right here that leads to absolutely nothing, but I think it would be cool if we had almost like buildings coming out of the sides of these pillars. I think that would be really, really cool. It's definitely an expansive project, and I'm probably going to work on it for the rest of this world's history. It will be a very fun challenge trying to outdo this build in the future, though. Again, if you guys have any suggestions on what you think I could do to make this build better, please let me know down in the comment section down below, and I will try my best to get to it. And with that being said, I think I'm going to wrap up this episode. The build is expansive, but this episode is probably going to run short because there's not a whole lot I can teach you guys here. I know I'm Coach Socks, but there's not really a ton of coaching that I can do for this build. All I can really say is just try to go bigger with your builds. It's definitely worth it. I'm going to go ahead and take some well-needed rest. I need to figure out what we're going to be doing in next week's episode of the Survival Series.